I was almost sacked from there. I was a member of the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament, CND, Van der Bomb, and I ran off some leaflets for Mansfield CND on the Romeo at Blidworth Colliery. I thought it was all right. I didn't think there was a problem. I don't think I did it in secret, so obviously left plenty of evidence of what I'd done. But I was only 16 or 17. You're kind of very naive, aren't you, and very trusting, but obviously it was not the thing to be doing in the manager's office at Blidworth Colliery. So I was invited for an interview with Alan Griffin, Dr. Griffin, at Edwinstowe, and explained all about it, and was transferred to the training office at Clipstone Colliery, where I assumed they thought I won't get up to any more trouble because you were out of the way, you know, not in the manager's office, you were just in the training office. That was kind of my first introduction to life, and maybe not being quite so open about things, but I don't think I realised it was anything to be ashamed or worried about, but obviously it was. He was just a nice man and obviously listened and thought, well, she can't do a great deal of harm, or, you know, she don't mean anything bad, but sent me somewhere where I would be quiet, and, you know, and I wouldn't have access to a rodeo anymore. The man love is just, you know, unbelievable, really. It's not expressed through insult, but it's so there and so deep. That camaraderie, and they miss it so much. I suppose it's something maybe women are better at creating those, and for men it's harder. And so when it happens, it probably is difficult to replicate anywhere else, and so that they look back on that, really. And then it was a dangerous life, part of Shining a Light, which is our project to get a memorial, a statue on Berry Hill Park, going back 250 years, 3,300 men lost their lives in Nottinghamshire pits. Now, if you work that out, I think that's something like 8 or 9 a month. Tell me what other occupation where that loss of life there has been. There isn't. Very dangerous. Yeah. Very dangerous. You know, that's apart from the men who lost their lives, men who lost limbs, the illnesses. You know, they're all, you know, got COPD or whatever. All of them. So they all carry with them. And yet they loved it, you know, most of them did, except the ones that stayed down and went down and wanted to go down did, obviously, you know, for some people, quite rightly. My dad never wanted my brother to go down the mine, ever. Yeah, I went down both Blidworth and Clipstone. Well, my main recollection is going through this very small hole, crawling through on hands and knees. I don't know whether that is right or whatever, but that's my... Obviously putting on all the protective gear. It feels totally different when you've got all that on. And then going down, and that feeling of... Because it's quite a jolt. The floor's gone, you know, that kind of feeling. Because you're with the manager. So that's how we got in. I didn't walk in. We went in on the man rider, lying down, as you do, head first, with your light on. Using the wrong words. I went in on the belt. So we went on the belt, lying on the belt, head forward, and we would have come out on the man rider. Yeah, so we would have come out on the little train. Then I just remember getting and having to go down on the hands and knees and crawling through this hole. Perhaps it wasn't a hole, but it felt like a hole onto the actual coal face. So I was an 11 plus failure. I was just a working class kid who maybe needed a little bit more help. and went to the college. So my dad always encouraged me. Well, I didn't shine, so I suppose that's it. And of course the 11 plus was an absolutely invidious system. Appalling, really. You were cast into, you were not regarded as being potential for academic work. Basically, you were craft people or slightly lower class people, I suppose. So eventually I got 3 A-levels and I went off to Nottingham Trent University. I went in 75, finished that in 78, and then I went and did a master's at Sheffield University. I did something called Modern European Studies, which was a combination of history, literature, politics, kind of Europe in its widest sense. And then I went to work at North Notts College. And I think it's part of our trade union background, really, that you just try and learn as much as you can, and constantly try and educate yourself, really.